your hands in the air if you're real as me. Ooh.
Gang shit. See the sneaks?
You might see me walk out just in the middle of the pod, couple of fucking shoes in my hand. You know? We're in a different spot today. We're trying something new.
I opened a business right beside their business and I made it better.
Welcome back to the MBH podcast, Money Buys Happiness. As you guys can tell, we're kind of in a little bit of a different space. We're in a different spot today. We're trying something new.
On site.
We're on site now.
On site.
You guys can expect more of this. We're going to go and try and interview people in their, in their setting, in their, normal surroundings. I don't want to talk too much, right?
This is episode 101.
101.
Crazy.
Crazy.
Crazy. Congrats, guys.
Thank you.
That's some big stuff right
Thank
there.
you. Appreciate that.
I think the only thing
Super
crazier
dope.
is the amount of shoes behind me right now.
Yeah.
I think that's the only
Supreme
thing.
in here.
You never have enough shoes, man.
This guy
shoes.
here has the most Supreme in the world. I was gonna say Canada, but like, bro,
Too much Supreme, man.
Bro, welcome to the show.
Yeah,
guys.
Welcome to the fucking show.
Thank you so much for having me. I
Founder.
appreciate it.
Founder of Hotbox. You guys know the spot. I don't have to say too much, right? Look at the fucking shoes, right? Soly, what's up, bro? How are you, man?
I'm not bad, man. Just trying to fly straight, brother. You know how it is.
I feel you. I feel you. First of all, thank you for having us.
Oh, anytime,
This
brother.
is fucking sick. We're
This is
like,
an after hours vibe.
Yeah,
yeah.
100%.
Square one. Shout out Square One.
Yeah.
One of many of your stores.
Yeah.
You chose this one. I think you'd like this one a little bit.
Yeah, this is probably like our most put together store in terms
Nice.
of just like, having great inventory and just like also being close to Toronto,
Yeah.
The other ones are kind of far.
Okay, fair. But you're kind of just trying to touch different areas, I guess.
Yeah, so we have one in each region. So we have one in Peel, which is this one.
Yeah.
We have one in York region, which is
Okay.
Upper Canada. And then we have one in Durham, which is Oshawa. I don't know if you guys are ever out in Oshawa.
Yo, if I'm ever out there, I'll definitely
The
pass.
dirty schwa.
I was never out there myself, but honestly, like,
And you're still not.
I don't go too often, but like really good location.
Damn, man.
Yeah, like 52% of all the people that go to Oshawa Center only shop solely at Oshawa Center. They don't shop anywhere else.
Yeah.
So if you want to penetrate those 52% of people, you have to have a store in Oshawa,
Fair.
in Oshawa Center.
And that's the premium spot.
So for anyone that doesn't know what Hotbox is and what you guys do or sell, maybe give us a breakdown on that.
So we're a buy-sell trade sneaker store that we specialize in selling brand new and pre-owned items. So customers are able to come in with their brand new or pre-owned items on any given day, and the employees will offer them like a cash value or a trade value right on the spot.
Dope.
So you can literally just come in with all your stuff. You don't have to worry about posting on Kijiji or like going on Facebook and having all this stuff.
Sketchy
Like,
having to
meetups.
ship
sketchy
it out.
meetups.
Yeah.
Guys are trying to rob you for your $300 shoes.
Yeezys,
You don't feel safe and stuff. It's crazy, right?
Okay.
To be honest, they have like little meetup spots at police stations now.
Wow.
For like those kind of transactions. Yeah.
For like big transactions, like a PS5
Anything.
or some shit.
Anything.
Some
They're just like
sneakers.
literally designated like parking spots at like some of the like police stations.
Damn.
And
I
you
mean, it
just
makes
pull up there.
sense. Kind of makes sense.
It honestly is better. And I tell people, like, if you're gonna do that, make sure you use there or even meet them in the store, to be honest with you. Because then like they can come in, we can authenticate for them, because like when you go on those Kijiji and you go on like Facebook, there's so many scammers on there, man. Like,
Dude, I'm seeing Jordan 1s there for like 120.
yeah,
like, come on, bro.
Guys are coming in, they're like, yo, check my Dior's and stuff. I'm like, oh, those aren't real, man. Like, come on, brother. You pay $500 for them. The retail is like $3,000,
Yeah.
So I guess you offer like some security for people trying to like get their shit out.
Yeah, it's much easier to like have it like this because like I said, it's just much more secure.
How did you start?
Yeah, how
Like,
does this all start,
Where did
bro?
this start?
I don't even know where to start about how I started.
Like what? Like
but
did you just sell one of your pieces first and you're like,
Bro,
damn?
bring us back. Bring us back. I'm
okay,
as
so
back as we
curious.
can.
It's
bro.
a process. So basically, how it started was, I was always into sneakers and like my whole life. Like
Okay.
I grew up in Richmond Hill, and I remember like going to the mall, like Hillcrest Mall, and like Yorkdale. They had like the Athletes World right by the
Yeah.
Rainforest Cafe.
Yeah.
I'd be in there like looking at Vince Carter's and stuff, and like my uncle would be like, I'm not buying you these shoes. You're crazy. So let's go. Let's get out of here. And I'm like, what? You're not buying them? Like, I want them. So I was just always super into shoes, like literally always. And then in like grade 12 or grade 12, first year, like most of my buddies, they went away for university.
Yeah.
And in high school, I was like, you know, just kind of messing around and stuff, and like wasn't like too studious, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And so I was kind of like not alone, but I found myself not having that many things to do on the weekends. So I went on. Actually, no, I met up with Jay one day, and we went to line up for a pair of Jordan 4s.
Okay.
And it was at Sherway actually. And whatever, I got the shoes, and I didn't get my size. It was like size 11, but I'm a size 9.5, and like we waited for like 8 hours, you know. So like I'm like, yo, I waited for 8 hours. 8 hours. I don't even got my shoe size. You know, like what's going on here?
Yeah, it's too big for me. Like,
so I go on Kijiji, and I try to find my size, and so I noticed that they're selling for like a bunch of different prices. Like they were selling for like 275 up to like 350, $400 or whatever. And so I saw like it fluctuating. I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy my size for whatever, 275 or whatever. I found my size, and then I went to go sell the one I had so I can like recoup the money, kind of thing.
Okay.
And like I sold it for like 325. So I was like, oh, I just made $50 from like, you know, like nothing really, you know. So I didn't really get too into it after that, but I got more into just collecting shoes. I wasn't like ever trying to sell shoes.
Okay.
You know, I'd go to pull up to the lineups. I'd bring like 1 or 2 of my buddies. You know, we'd smoke up or something like that, and then they like help me get an extra pair because it's always one per person.
Okay.
And then I'd built up my collection. To make a long story short, to have like I think 300 or 400 pairs of shoes.
Holy fuck.
And it was just in my mom's condo in my room.
She was probably snapping.
She was always snapping. She's like, shoes again?
Yeah.
Again?
Yeah.
You know, like just so upset. You know, my dad at the time didn't really know like what I was doing with the shoes and stuff. I didn't explain too much to him because he would just be getting super mad at me.
Of course.
You've got to study, you know, go to university, you study this and that.
Like,
so,
how much were these, bro? Like, are you fucking kidding me?
So I didn't tell him too much about what was going on.
Yeah.
But basically in 2016, I was going to Humber for a 4-year commerce degree.
Okay.
And I was in my 3rd year, and like the whole reason why I was in school in the first place was because like my dad was like whooping my ass to get in school. You know, like, he's Persian, so like it is like, you know, like, you got it. You're either gonna be a doctor or you're gonna be a lawyer.
Yeah.
Pick one. You know.
Decide.
So he's like, you're not gonna be an entrepreneur. You're only a doctor or a lawyer. So from there, like I had a bad thing happen. Actually, he passed away just randomly one day in 2016 after like 2 days after my last exam. So it was like super random. Yeah, he was anaphylactic.
Okay.
And he like walked into the Brampton Civic Hospital, and like they mistreated him, and he like accidentally died essentially.
Wow.
Yeah, this is like super devastating for me, you know, like.
Wow, dude.
So I was like basically distraught for like about a year, and I was just chilling at my house.
Yeah.
And then I dropped out of school too. I was like, I can't, like I have no reason to be in school now. You know, I was like, I didn't want to do anything. And so I was like, okay, I need to like get my money together and start a business, you know, because that's like kind of all I knew. And my dad was an entrepreneur growing up, and like I learned so many things from him, to be honest with you. Like basically 99% of everything I learned was from my dad. Just like seeing the way he's like ran his business, like all of his mistakes that he made, like, you know, all the good things that he did, like made a huge impact on like Hotbox today, to be honest with you.
Wow.
And so I was like, I need to sell these shoes. So I go on Kijiji, you know, like, you know, I'm like, I'm gonna sell my shoes on Kijiji. So I post the shoes, and it's like so overwhelming, you know, 300, 400 shoes at a time, like posting them, like one post, like people are like, oh, I want to buy this, but I want to sell like all the shoes, you know, and I don't want to waste my time. Like I would post shoes for like $300, and they offer me like $150, you know.
Damn.
It was like, it was kind of too much. I didn't want to have to deal with it. And then one day, a guy who worked at a consignment store, there's a consignment store by the name of Essentials. They still have a store, I think, in North York. It's like their OGs.
Yeah, I know what Essentials is. Yeah.
The owner's name's Alex, really good guy. And I'm still friends with him to this day. So one of his employees, he hit me up. He's like, oh, like I see you have a big collection. You should come to our shop downtown and consign with us. And I was like, okay, like I have nothing to lose, whatever. I heard about the store at the time, but I never actually like went to it, to be honest with you. So I pull up with like maybe 20, 30 pairs of shoes, right? And they took like maybe 15 of them or 20 or whatever. And there was like a big bunch of shoes that like basically they didn't want. They
They didn't make the cut.
no, they're like, these are used. Like, they're laughing at me, you know. They're like, oh, like, we don't sell used shoes, like, laughing and shit.
Okay.
And I was like, yo, these are sick shoes. I wore it once, you know. Like, you
Yeah.
can still sell it for cheaper, you know. Like, I don't want to get like the full market value for like a brand new pair. I just want to get like, you know, a chunk.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, we don't deal with that here. So basically, I was like, okay, cool. And then I go home. 2 weeks pass. They call me like, yeah, we sold all your shoes. And like those shoes that I wanted to get $250 for, I got $350 for. You know, so I was like,
shit, okay.
I was like, damn, like, this is a big business. So I went back with another pile and I gave them more shoes. But this time when I went, it was on a Saturday and their store was booming. Like, bro, they're in an underground mall. Like, it's called Shops at Aura. That's
It
where
was like a little like, wasn't it like a little like glass like
yeah, their
fucking
stores,
box?
yeah, their stores, like, it was bigger than my first store, but it was like a small store, right? And it's like the people who own it, they're like Chinese dudes, right? And they don't really speak that well of English.
Okay.
They know so much about sneakers. They're great dudes, but they don't really speak that well English. So like, you know, you got little kids running there with like their soccer jerseys, soccer jackets on, and their hockey jackets, like groups of 5 and 10. You know, they're trying to ask them questions. It's like kind of hard for them to communicate and stuff. And I'm like, you know, sensing the disconnect, and I'm like, yo, I can kind of like put myself in the middle of this and like definitely help out. I grew up with like a lot of hockey players, and like a bunch of my buddies still play like in the NHL. At the time, my best friend Connor Brown, he was playing for the Leafs. So he, I was like, you know, I can just open a shop and like, you know, bring all my inventory there and get Brownie to come by. You know, he's gonna help me like bring a 1-2 guy on his team, which he did. And so that's how I kind of got the idea.
Okay.
And so I was like, okay, this is what I want to do. I want to open a sneaker shop just like this. Like, I love sneakers. It's gonna be fun. You know, I'm not even trying to like make like a lot of money. I don't want to move mountains or anything like that. You know, I just want to like have a place where I can go and like, you know, like have a safe place after my dad passed, and just like, you know, like make some money and like do what I love kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
And so I started looking for locations, and I was like, okay, North York doesn't have any stores, and it's like a great place. It's central, you know?
Yep.
So I'm not sure if you're familiar with the condo called Emerald Park. It's like that green one right off the highway at like 401 and Young and Shepherd.
I know
Okay,
exactly.
yeah,
With
yeah.
the fucking curve.
The
things
curve
at the
and stuff.
curve.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It's actually attached to the Shepherd subway station too.
Yes, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
so basically I go there and they have like a kind of like a concourse like shopping thing like Aura, but instead of being on the P1, it's on the main floor.
Okay.
Nice.
So it's a little better, you know? And they just finished construction. There's literally not one store inside the mall at all. Like, literally not one store.
Oh, shit.
So everything was vacant.
Okay.
Right? So I'm walking around looking for stores. This is nuts. So I'm walking around looking for stores, and I see the guy who hit me up on Instagram, on Kijiji initially. And he was like, come to the store, consign with us, like this and that. And he's looking at locations. And I was like, oh, like, what are you doing here? And he's like, oh, I'm looking for a bubble tea store for like my cousin. And I was like, oh, sick. Like, I was like, cool, that's dope. And she's like, what are you doing here? I'm like, I'm going to open a store just like yours, but here. And he was like, oh, like, cool. Like, that's sick. You know, it was just like, there was no animosity or anything like that. He was just like, you know, like normal. And then I said my goodbye, and I just kept looking for stores, whatever. And so like 2 months passed, right? And I've like grinded through like, you know, like 5 different landlords, like a bunch of different agents, all these leases I'm trying to like figure out. Cause at this time, like I was on a super low budget, right?
Yeah.
I was looking at units that are like $750 a month.
Yeah.
That's
you know,
crazy.
like $1,200 a month.
Yeah.
The $2,000 ones were like, oh,
That's primo,
that's too much.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, it's too much, bro. So whatever. Like, I'm literally about to sign the lease, right? And my boy Liam, he has a watch company, Cassidy Watches, I was telling you guys about earlier.
Yeah.
He hits me up. He was like really into sneakers back in the day, and he actually had a little shop as well, but he ended up selling it. And so he hit me up. He's like, yo, like, you know, they're actually, you know, open in that mall too. Like, they're gonna open their second location like in that mall. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, I saw him in there, and like,
Damn.
and like he told me he's opening a bubble tea restaurant. You know,
So you're saying he just said that because he knew you asked?
he just didn't want to tell me was like, you know, the inside scoop on his thing, right?
Okay.
But like, he should have, right? And so I messaged the guy. I'm like, yo, like, this is what I heard. Is you gonna open here too? He's like, yeah, like, don't open there. Just open in Markham or something like that. I'm like,
What?
Come
what are you
on,
talking
bro.
about?
Don't open there?
Yeah, I don't really know you like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
it's
chill,
like,
yeah.
like, and so I kind of like had to circle back to the drawing board, and I was like, okay, like, if I open at Shepherd, like, I'm gonna be in the same mall as them, right? or I can open downtown and I'm gonna still be in the same mall as them, and they have a whole territory that's already built up. People know to go there for sneakers. It's Yonge and Dundas basically. Like everyone who doesn't go to Yonge and Dundas, you know. So I was like, okay, like, and the rent was way better down there too. And the units, there's so many units at Shops at Aura because like that mall had a big problem. Like basically what happened was in the pre-construction, it was promised that it was supposed to be attached to the path, but there were some piping issues and it wasn't attached to the path. So like,
so just on its own, and then they're just like, okay, the lease is
like the owners, whoever bought it, they lost so much money, and like no one could rent it. It was like became dirt cheap. Like it's actually crazy, but that's a whole nother story. And then so I go down there, whatever. As soon as I go down, I see this guy. His name's Frank. He owned a pet store, right?
Okay.
He's just chilling in front of his shop. He sees me looking for the stores. He's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, like I tell him everything. I'm like, I'm gonna open a store." Da da da. He's like, unreal. He's like, "You should do it. Like, you know, this is a good spot. This is a good spot because of this. Oh, this landlord does this. You know." He's like, give me the inside scoop about like the whole mall essentially, right? Yeah. So after like 2-3 weeks, I sign a lease, and I'm like starting to get the ball rolling essentially, and we open on June 24th, my dad's birthday. And one thing like my dad always told me, he's like, you know, never open a business. He's like, when you open a business, like someone can come beside you and open a better business, you know? Okay. So I kind of took what he said and just reversed it, you know? I opened a business right beside their business and I made it better.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you opened a better business. Yeah.
They were consignment based. So like people came in, they have to drop their shoes, the process, trust thing, this and that. We're buy, sell, trade. So people come to us, I offer them cash on the spot or trade value.
Proper,
you know?
No consignment,
No consignment.
Yeah.
And we're the only store in Canada to this day that has no consignment.
Wow.
Every single thing that I have in the store is owned by our store.
You guys own it. Yeah.
We have no creditors. We have no loans. Like I'm the 100% shareholder.
And that's something you noticed from the beginning, that you didn't want to consign anything.
Exactly. Because I wanted to be different.
That's definitely fucking different. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't know that you were the only ones.
Yeah, and still to this day, like people will claim that they're buy sell trade, but like
then you pull up and 70%
of their inventory is on consignment. You know, so it's like it's completely different concept. And so I opened on my dad's birthday. I remember the first day we opened, we sold like 35 things in one day.
Unreal.
And it was just me by myself working there. I had a friend named Jane. She actually helped me too on the first day. And it kind of just took off from there, and we just like kept the ball rolling.
I've been to that store.
Yeah, I remember you
came
early.
Store.
You came early. I remember. I appreciate that.
That was crazy seeing you, and you were telling me about the competitors too and shit like that.
Yeah, it's nuts.
But it's been crazy to see you do that, and I like that you kind of wanted to be different, and you took in what the other stores weren't doing.
For sure.
Like, did anyone try and come back now and bite you and say, you know what, we're gonna fucking buy, sell everything right now?
Oh yeah. So
or, like you said, you just said they might just be saying it though.
Dude, people I grew up with started opening stores, and then I'd be like, "Yo, this is your store?" They'd be like, "No, it's not my store."
Stop. It's one of those.
You know, and I'm like,
do that.
Come on.
You have no respect for this person after that. You know.
I'm curious, like, how the fuck do you get all these fucking sneakers, dude?
Dude, honestly,
yeah, that's like a big question.
I'm always just like, how?
I just built up the brand. Like, we don't get anything for retail, of course. I just built up the brand so that people in Toronto know Hotbox is a place to come and sell their stuff.
Yeah.
Like if you talk to most people that are in the sneaker industry or that like sneakers, they know Hotbox is a place where they can go and like get a reliable cash offer on the spot, and like we're not gonna mess around with them. Like, you know, we treat it fairly. All of our prices are fair.
Yeah. I'm curious about the cash offer thing actually.
Yeah.
How does it work? Because like we were talking just off cam, you were saying like obviously you can't be in all stores at once, and sometimes you're in none of them. So if someone's coming, like you have your employees sort of trained on how to offer
crazy,
per
right?
shoe.
I
mean, I don't know if you're trying to give away that sauce because your competitors might be listening.
A lot
of
growing pains. I'll tell you that much. Like a lot of growing pains, and
what's that process like?
A lot
how
of
does
trust.
That work?
Like the employees who are dealing with that, they're learning every day. You know, even me, you guys. You know, you guys are learning every day.
Of course.
You know, it's like when you open a business or you're working in business, you always have to be learning.
For sure.
As soon as you cut off that learning element, you know, you're just
stagnant.
Yeah, exactly. You're stagnant and you're just handcuffing yourself. It's so pointless.
Did you ever find it was hard at the beginning financially to do that, like to buy everything that was coming in?
It's actually crazy because like we were selling so much that it never really got to the point where
just recycling the money back into buying.
Yeah. Like it never really got to the point where like, okay, I need to go get a loan.
Yeah.
You know, or like, you know, I need to ask like a family member for money or something like that. It was just very organic, man. Like,
well, I think you scaled it properly too. Like you knew when the next store was. You knew what time to do it at.
No, but that's tough to do, man.
When you first opened that store, did you have an idea in your head that you wanted to have multiple stores?
So my second location was actually in Vancouver.
Wow.
which is like pretty wild,
Yeah.
right? And my
Okay.
girlfriend at the time, she was like super down to move there, so like we just kind of moved out there. It was
Yeah.
pretty random.
I remember you doing that.
Yeah, it was kind of nuts. But the reason why I did it was because I heard rumblings of like big competitors from the U.S. trying to penetrate Toronto.
Okay.
So, and I knew how much of a gold mine essentially Toronto was. So
Yeah.
I was like, I wasn't scared, but I was just trying to spread out like my eggs and stuff so
Yeah.
that I wasn't like all in Toronto, and I
Yeah.
wanted to have something on Vancouver so that if that does happen, I can still, you know, be in Vancouver.
So the market
here
there
and
is huge for this too.
Yeah, it was good, you know, like we moved to Vancouver and I opened in Chinatown. So I don't know anything. about
Sounds about right.
Yeah, you know,
Sounds about right. Yeah.
we
Those guys are fucking picking up kicks like it's fucking.
dude, but like the thing is about, that's what I'm saying. The thing about Chinatown is it's all beans. Like there's no, they're
Come
all
on,
beans.
bro.
Like
Oh,
you
fuck.
go in Chinatown to Vancouver at Hastings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Oh,
It's like a
it-
free for all.
Yeah, it's true.
There's no laws. Like,
Yeah.
everyone's shooting up heroin, like doing
on the
whatever
streets,
they want.
right? I've seen videos
What?
of
Dude,
shit.
absolutely nuts, buddy.
It's
and
like
I didn't
Skid
know.
Row.
Yeah.
I'm like, you
And
know,
that's where you
living
opened up shop.
I lived there too.
Oh,
I
come
lived
on.
there. I
Come
walked. I
on.
had no car, so I'm walking through there every day. You know, it was nuts, bro.
Yeah.
And we were in this mall called Tinseltown, and picture like a cross between like, you know, like the Ryerson Mall, like
Yeah.
the like Cineplex.
Yeah.
Picture something like that, but like with a cross of like Pacific Mall.
Yeah, that can get pretty sketchy.
Yeah, it was,
Yeah.
and like literally buckets just walking in and out of there, and like security guards chasing them around, and like just the most
Yeah.
crazy things I've ever seen in
And
my
you
life,
got
to
like
be honest with you.
tens of thousands of dollars worth of
Yeah,
fucking.
like dude, our store was literally, I had to black out the front
yeah,
so that no beans would just walk inside,
that's fucked.
and
Yeah,
like
yeah, that's
people who
fucked.
know, they'd come,
They would
like, you know,
come
walk
in.
in the store and stuff like that.
Yeah.
A lot of growing pains with that store.
So
It
you
was
did
like,
that for a year?
yeah, I did it for about a year. Like the lease was so cheap, it was like $700, man.
Oh,
So
okay,
it was
so
like, you
you're-
know, it was a very low risk, high
insane.
reward kind of
Yeah.
thing. And then COVID hit, and so I had no choice but to like basically, you know, close that thing down because our lease was ending, and our employees there were like super scared of COVID. They like didn't want to like, and like at the time,
course.
rightfully so, it was
Yeah.
very close at the beginning, and like,
So they were just like, oh, like, fuck this. I'm
yeah,
not
they're
even
like,
working.
I'm hiding at home and
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
you know. So I was like, even me, like for the first like 3-4 weeks, I was
Yeah.
like, I'm not leaving my house. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
We'd go to Costco. I'd be like bundled up and stuff. Like it was like a mission. It was kind of fun.
It was fun. The
It was-
first month was fucked up,
It
bro.
was fucked, but it was kind of fun. You know, you're just
Yeah.
like walking in there and like, yo, like, you know, you gotta survive and stuff. You know, like I feel like I'm
like a video
In
game, bro.
fucking Call of
yeah,
Duty.
exactly, like
Yeah.
a video game, or like you're in survival mode. So just like pure survival mode. And so yeah, Vancouver was like our second store, and then once actually no, so before I closed Vancouver, actually I opened Promenade. I had a
Okay.
phone call with one of my childhood friends, and he's like, you should open in Promenade. And I'm like, all right. So I emailed them, you know,
Yeah.
and I'm like, yo, like this is our store, like this is the lineups that we generate, like this is the value I'm gonna add to your mall, like let's show me what you got. So then we
Yeah.
went there one day, and she's like,
Damn.
took me to this like pretty dope unit, and she's like, yeah, this is how much it costs for you, like I'll give you this price. I was like, it was so cheap, dude.
Yeah.
It was like,
Oh.
it was so cheap, bro. I
And you
was
just
like,
fucking sent them an email.
yeah, I just sent them email. And
That's
And I
crazy.
kind of gave them a little spiel about the store and whatever.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
like, yeah, like she's an older lady. She doesn't know obviously too much about it, but she kind of understood.
It's not hard to tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so like, dude, we opened there and like, it was unreal. Like we getting lineups. The first day I remember we opened, we did like 60K in sales in one day.
Jesus fucking
That store's
Christ.
sick too.
Bro,
fuck with
I
that
was
store.
literally like behind the counter, like cashing out. My arms and my wrists and my shoulder were hurting from just like getting the debit card to the
whipping
debit
work.
machine to them. Like it was nuts, bro. I'm telling you,
Damn.
it was a really good store. But then COVID hit, and then like that store started getting a little bit less popping, so I moved it up to Upper Canada.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you moved Promenade.
The Promenade was moved to Upper Canada. Yeah.
Damn.
It was a little bit too close.
Okay.
So, and like, it's hard to get like a full store of inventory. It's like, you know, 500K.
Yeah.
this
I want
and
to
that.
ask
Like,
you though, because like you've gone through a few stores now, and you've built up a bunch of stores. Like, at what point do you feel like you're ready for a new store? Like, at what point do you think like, okay, this store's doing good on its own,
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready to move?
So it depends really. Like we were talking about before, the different regions.
Yeah.
I realized that that's like super important. you
Yeah.
know, like
And you killed it with that too. Like, you
Yeah.
hit a bunch of different areas.
yeah. It's like, there's some of our competitors, they have like stores that are like so close to
They're
each
just
other.
both
you know?
downtown
Yeah.
or some shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
like,
was
you
about to say
know-
they're all like congested in downtown Toronto.
Yeah, or like even just like, you know, like one is the edge of Toronto, one's at like the edge of Markham, you know, it's like so
Yeah.
close by. And
Yeah.
another one at the close of Toronto, like there's like shops at Don Mills, and
Yeah.
like a bunch of those ones are close by. Like I don't really believe in that kind of stuff. You know,
Yeah.
I want to spread out
Spread
so
out.
that people can come. And at the end of the day, we're a destination store, so people are gonna come to us. You know,
And I always said that to you too. I said even when you were at Shops at Aura, I
Yeah.
remember that. I was like,
Dude.
bro, if people know, like, people want to buy your shit, they're gonna come wherever you are.
100%. And like that was early on though. You know,
Yeah.
like we were like the second store.
Yeah.
So like between Alex and I, Essentials and Hotbox, like we built up this whole industry out of that shitty ass mall.
Literally, yeah.
That's
You had
crazy.
people
Literally.
going down there where when people, like, you never would have thought people would be down there. to begin
100%.
with.
Like sometimes people will be like, "Oh, you have a store here and stuff." I'm
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, but it's good."
But
Don't
it
worry.
fit
Like,
the vibe kind of. Like, it was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
it was that exclusive, like, yo, you're
Dude.
only going to find this place if you know about it.
Dude,
Like,
Travis Scott came to our store.
the first one?
The first one. Bro, I didn't even invite him in, bro. He just
Yeah.
came to the store. You know, like people told him like, "Yo, this is the spot to go," and he pulled up with his boys.
Yeah,
And you
well,
didn't know he was showing up.
No.
And you're just like, what's up,
Yeah,
Travis?
I wasn't there, unfortunately. I fucking so
Oh.
cheesed, bro.
Your employees were probably fucking losing it.
My one boy, so I get out the shower.
Yeah.
I get a phone call from my boy Andrew, who's the manager at the time. He's like, he's the most calm guy ever, right?
Yeah.
He's like, yo.
Oh, so you knew
like,
something was up.
No, I thought someone, like, you know, I thought something bad happened.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
You know, I thought the worst. I was like, you know, someone did
Yeah,
something
yeah,
bad,
yeah.
or like something bad happened to someone. You know, like someone got injured or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, what happened? What's wrong? He's like, fucking Travis Scott just came here. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, no way.
Like,
I'm
that's
like,
huge,
are
bro.
you serious? Or are you
Yeah.
just like pulling my leg? He's like, yeah. I'm like, did you get a photo? he's like, no. I'm like, oh my god.
Because you're
Andrew.
probably just starstruck at that, and you don't
Yeah,
even, you don't even want to ask.
He's like, I knew you were gonna say this. I'm like, obviously. He's like, I asked him for a photo. He said he was gonna give me a photo if he's gonna come back. I'm like, oh, you're not coming back for a photo, bro. You gotta, you know, you gotta finesse him a little.
Where
That's crazy.
where was Jake Paul? I know you had Jake.
So Jake was from the Promenade store, bro.
Okay.
That's like a whole nother thing, man. Like he through my boy Jay the Barber. You know Jay the
yeah,
Barber?
yeah.
So he hooked it up. He's like really good friends with him. And honestly, first of all, Jake Paul is like such a great guy.
Yeah.
Like one of the nicest humans I've ever met. Like he came in, he didn't ask for like anything free, literally. I gave him some store credit to come by in the first place and post us. But then he spent like an additional like 10K, and he bought like maybe one or two things for himself.
Yeah.
Everything he bought was like for his people, you know. He had like a whole
Sick.
like group with him, you know, and his whole camp basically got like all the stuff.
Yeah.
He got like one or
He
two
just hooked
things.
them up.
I like
Yeah, and like he spent money for them, you know, his girlfriend, I think he bought something for his bro. He bought something for like all of his people. It was
Yeah,
just like
yeah.
super good. But when he came, it was so funny because these kids are literally like, Jake Paul?
Yeah, no, for
They
him,
look
they'll
at him,
go
they're like,
crazy.
oh my god, they're like, are you what's going on right now,
Yeah.
you know? And then next thing you know, like I had to like, I'm like, hey guys, you guys gotta wait outside. I'll close the door. Within maybe 20 minutes,
Oh my god.
literally 20 minutes, there was probably like 300 kids
There was a
outside.
crowd. It was a crowd. I
No,
remember the video.
300
Yeah.
kids outside.
That's insane.
Literally 300 kids. And then I remember he was like, oh, you know a good place to eat? And I'm like, yeah, go to across the street. One of my buddy's parents own this restaurant called Mezzanotte.
Yeah.
Mezzanotte,
You know.
Yeah, yeah.
And so he's like, okay, yeah, it goes and stuff. I text my boy. I'm like, by the way, I just sent Jake Paul to your thing. He's like, no, you didn't. He calls me. He's like, yo, I can't
So he reached, he went.
Yeah, he went for lunch and
Wow.
stuff, you know? I was like, I don't know, it was close by. It was
Yeah,
like some
yeah.
decent, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, that was like a really cool experience, just like seeing like how much like traction he can pull in just from, you know,
Well, even
one
for you,
post.
just for you to have him at your store too,
Yeah,
like
it
that
was
means a lot from you guys, like as a
100%.
brand too.
Oh, for sure. You know,
Right?
it made us look like a lot better than we were, but like, you know,
No,
like,
but still, you know what I mean. In terms of like your competition and stuff, like I think
Yeah.
that you guys are the best.
yeah,
right?
I really appreciate it, to be honest with you.
I
We don't
wanna-
do anything about like, we don't ever reach out to people and like be
No.
like, oh, we'll pay you to come to the store.
No,
It's never
no,
like that.
no. I think
Never.
you guys
It's
have done
only
it all organic. Yeah,
Only organic.
And even with like, I know that this has been big in the last couple of years with the Toronto rappers come.
Yeah,
I was about to
100%.
say
Coming through
that.
the store.
So many rappers
Dude,
pulling
the
up through
Toronto
here.
rappers
Showing you
are
guys
all good
love,
guys,
coming
bro.
through. Yeah,
They're
yeah.
all like, you know, they have like little politics and stuff,
Of course,
this and
they have
that.
their rap industry politics,
But man,
right?
those guys are like meant to be all best friends. They all have the same alignment. They all have the same
Yeah.
interests. Obviously, there's the politics behind it, but like, they're all good people. Especially Houdini.
Yeah.
He was like one of the best guys I've ever
I know
met,
he
bro.
was with you guys like a couple weeks or a week before.
Bro, I was seeing him
he got-
every day. I only knew him for maybe 3 months. It was all during COVID, but I would see him every day. Every
Damn.
other day, he'd call me, FaceTime me, and he would never be like, "Yo, I want free stuff." he never asked for free stuff ever, bro.
You gotta like that though. You gotta appreciate
Yeah,
that because
you
like
respect
a lot
that.
of
Yeah.
people do ask for free shit.
Dude,
Like, and I'm
like,
sure you get that a lot.
So much, you know, especially like, you know, like I'll tell them like, yo, you know, I support you, so like, you know, I'll give you some like at a cost or this
Yeah,
and that,
yeah.
you know, like, you know, you're on the grind mode right
Of
now, you're on your
course.
way up, so like, you know, whatever. But for him, like, he was on a different level, bro. He'd be calling me and he'd be sending me like people from all different walks of life, bro,
Wow.
every single day to come buy stuff during COVID. And we're closed, so like we just bring them to the store and like, you know, have like a private
One-on-one
shopping
thing. Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
and like, dude, if it wasn't for that, I don't even know if we would be able to stay afloat during COVID, because I was just like
Yeah.
so bored and like, you know, not
It
money
gets
was
you
coming
mentally.
in.
Yeah, yeah.
Damn.
Like
It's
I want to know
mentally, for sure.
how did you handle the pandemic, like being in retail?
Oh,
Like, you
God,
know, I
it
know
was
that
hell.
you guys shut down the Promenade one for, was that Promenade?
All of them had to shut down for 3 months at a time. I
But
think
Promenade,
4
you were
times.
doing some like people coming in one-on-ones.
no,
No,
just downtown.
Just
because
downtown.
downtown was so low key.
okay.
True,
like to be
true.
completely honest,
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
underground thing is so low key. But we're just like bringing friends, like friends of friends, and this and that, you know.
Yeah.
Of course.
But he was
Fuck
bringing
you,
in,
Doug. By the
yeah,
way, sorry, I have to let you in there. My
He
bad.
was-
I needed to do that.
he was bringing all walks of life, man. Like, you know, he'd bring me like a mom with her kids. He'd
Oh,
bring me
shit.
like, you know, some athletes. He'd bring me like just his buddies. You know, he'd bring me everyone, you know,
Yeah.
and like they were spending good money, bro. And like he was never asking for anything back, this and that. I remember at the last time I talked to him, actually, he's like, yo, Chris, like, I'm going to fly you to LA as soon as I get to go back. I'm just only here because my visa expired. Otherwise, he wasn't even supposed to be here in the first place. He was a
Damn.
full-time LA boy, you know?
Oh shit.
So he came back for a little bit of time, and that stupid thing happened,
Yeah.
you know?
Damn, that was
Crazy,
fucked up.
bro. Super
I remember
fucked. Right
seeing him
beside
here,
my
yeah.
house, too.
Was it?
Right beside my house. Yeah, it was like at, what is it? Bisha.
Yeah,
I lived
yeah.
at
Yeah,
City
yeah,
Place
yeah,
at
yeah.
the time. So, dude, it was
Yeah.
like terrible.
But I mean,
bro.
you get to see them. You get to see these guys personally, right? And
Yeah.
that's why you get to know them and
In
you
a
know,
different
just-
light. And
yeah.
you see them in a different light, more
For
like
sure.
personal, right?
For sure. And like people like have opinions about people, but once you actually get to know someone, then you can actually have your real opinion about them.
For
you know?
sure. No,
Yeah.
for
It's
sure.
like you can't judge a book by a cover.
I want to ask you more about like the people around you as you've built Hotbox
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I know that's super important, especially with the amount of stores you have.
Yeah, yeah.
So like, how did you start building your team, and what were like things you were looking for from your team?
So first of all, like you gotta have trust in them.
Yeah.
You know, like you're dealing with a lot of cash and like a lot of transactions. The
Expensive
buy-sell trade.
items. Yeah.
You know, I've had employees that were like, instead of buying stuff for them for the store, they would see something they like when the customer brings in the stuff, and they'd try to buy it for themselves. You know, I've had to fire people for that. I've had to fire my best employee for that. You know, so it's, yeah, so like it's
No fucking around.
yeah, no fucking around basically.
Yeah.
So like you just have to make sure you have a lot of trust.
Yeah.
Like I have my best friend Jay. You know Jay, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
Shout out Jay Barrows,
Yeah,
bro.
shout out Jay
Yo, the
Barrows.
guy, the
My
guy,
family.
the guy.
And so I basically grew up with him.
Yeah.
He came on right before COVID. So actually, I had another friend, and he kind of replaced him. He was going through he got into an accident, and he wasn't supposed to be working.
Okay.
So he was just like kind of like low key working at the store, like helping me out and stuff. He's like my best friend named
Yeah.
Ashton. And at the beginning of COVID, his heart stopped and he passed away. And he was one of my best employees.
Holy fuck.
Jesus
dude.
Christ.
Yeah, so like, you know, you deal with losing employees every which way.
Wow.
It's literally
Wow.
insane.
I wasn't expecting you to say that, bro.
Yeah,
Trust
yeah.
me, bro. And
Yeah.
like this was right at the beginning of COVID. So
Yeah.
I got hit with that and then COVID, and I was like really going
Wow.
through it, man. Like, you know, after I lost my dad,
Yeah.
you get this like feeling, and then once that happens, it just like kind of like reopens the wound.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like it's kind of crazy. My dad was only 48,
Wow.
and so
man.
my buddy Ashton was only 28. So
That's
it's
so
like
sad.
you
Jesus
see this
Christ.
stuff, or no, he's 27, I think, 27, 28. He was in 93,
Yeah.
and bro, like it was just like the worst possible thing to deal with. But like, you know, you just have to make sure you're getting employees who are all on the same page. They're committed. You know, they want to actually work here. They're not in it for themselves. They're in
Yeah.
it for the store.
Yeah.
Like, and I tell them like, yo, if you want to, you know, be for yourself, go open your own store.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, don't
Straight
come to
up.
my store and pretend like it's yours.
Yeah,
You know, and
yeah.
don't power trip. Like, if I'm never power tripping,
Yeah, it's facts.
you can't power trip
It's
with the
true.
customers.
I
You
love
know?
that
True.
though. Don't show up and
you
act like
st-
it's
oh,
yours,
you're-
bro.
Yeah, you know.
You're saying they're power tripping with the customers.
You know, sometimes like I've had to get rid of employees because they're like, you know, power tripping. Like they're like, oh, like, you know, like I work at Hotbox and shit. Like,
Damn.
don't talk to me like that and stuff. I'm like, bro, the customer is always right, bro.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
at the end of the day, like, what are we talking about? A couple dollars or something like that for
Yeah.
like someone to be happy or not happy.
Yeah.
You know, like I had this like, I kind of look him as a mentor. His name's Amos.
Okay.
He wanted to actually invest in Hotbox. He just walked in randomly and like, it never kind of worked out, but we always became like still good friends.
Yeah.
And he's an older guy, like not too old. He's like in his 40s, I guess. And he's a super smart guy. And like one of the things I learned from him was like, you know, you always have to make sure everything's good. Like if someone leaves you a 1-star review, you have to go like above and beyond to contact that person. You know, make everything more than right, even if like you got to drop your ego.
Yeah,
you
you
know,
have to.
Facts.
and then that one 1-star will turn back to a 5-star, and then you're back on roll. You know? And like that's one thing that I really learned from him, and like I still to this day, like, you know, I give my employees incentive for like getting people to try to give us 5-star reviews, you know. And like if you know, if I tell them like if you're having a good conversation with them, and like you can tell like they like the store, this and that, you know, tell them, you know, go online, say you have, put in a good review, and you know, tell them that so and so helped you, you know. And so that's kind of the new thing that we're kind of pushing right now. To be
I
honest
like
with
what you said about, even we always say, but putting your ego aside.
you. Yeah,
I
you
think
gotta
that's
drop
huge.
your ego, bro.
Especially when we start dealing with people.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, this is a business. It's not a human.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
can't have no emotions.
Yeah, it's like it's not a human. It's a business.
Yeah.
So you can't like the business has no emotions. There's no ego.
And
know?
you guys are like product, but still also like service based in a way, right?
100%.
Which like when you start to look at like a service business, yeah, like bro, like you said, the customer is always right.
100%,
You always got to
bro.
figure out a way to make them happy.
100%,
right?
bro.
No, it's crazy. I'm curious, just like in terms of your team, how many people are a part of the team, like as of right now?
Right now we
roughly?
have about 25 people.
Dope.
And when I first started, I was running the store for the first 6 months
It
by
was just
myself.
you. Yeah, it was just you.
That's great. Like literally just by
just
yourself.
by myself.
Come
You just
on.
walk in, he's there
Yeah.
behind the counter. What's up, bro?
Mondays were closed, and I'd do my banking.
Okay.
I'd do like any sourcing I needed to do for like vintage clothes or like, you know, this random like things I find on Kijiji that we need for the shop. And I'd like go around the city just like making my pickups and drop offs. So I was working 7 days a week, bro, for like
Yeah,
6
yeah,
months.
for sure.
And then one of my best friends, Andrew, he's the guy who actually sold me that Jordan 4
Okay.
for $275 back in the day when I was lined up. Damn. He went to Chaminade actually.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Andrew Tersini.
Oh, I know who that is.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
in 93?
No, he's
92?
He's in 95.
Oh, okay.
He's closer to
95.
me. I know the name.
Tersini. I know the
name.
Tersini.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's like a quiet guy, a really
Okay,
good
dope.
kid, really good kid. And so we became best friends through Kijiji. And so
That's crazy.
one day he's like,
What
he
a
was
love story.
Yeah, he was working at BMW,
Okay.
and he was like, I'm like, bro, work at Hotbox. He's like, I'll quit my job right now, you know?
It was like one of those.
Yeah, you know the one from
Wolf of Wall Street. Yeah, you
He's
show me the
like,
70K.
Show me the 70K. I quit my job right now.
Yeah, you did one of those.
Did one of those. So I was like, yeah, like I'll pay you more and stuff. Like you're gonna like this more, man.
Yeah,
like
for
for
sure.
sure. So he was like a big part of helping me grow at the beginning. You know, he's super calm. You know, sometimes I'm like not the calmest person. I've got to be honest. I've definitely learned, but he was a really good yin and yang to have, and like, you know, being calm and like making sure everything's good and like very trustworthy. So he was a really big help.
And you
Yeah.
said something 100% stakeholder.
Yeah.
First of all, like I rate that.
yeah, yeah.
Because
That's huge.
that's hard
Yeah, I
to do,
appreciate
bro.
that.
That's very
100%.
hard to do.
100%.
And especially when you think of the cash flow, right? And
Yeah.
you're saying that. But have you ever considered like selling a piece? Like,
This guy's trying to get in.
Yeah.
yo, let me know. You know what I mean? Yo, I got a
Yeah.
bag of cash. No.
No, I definitely have goals, right?
Yeah.
And one of my main goals is to build up the business to where it's a position where, you know, like I've hit my ceiling. You know, I haven't necessarily hit my ceiling yet,
Okay.
but once I do, I would really like for like a large corporation to acquire us. That would be, I think, like the best value for them and I.
For sure.
I do honestly think that there's a few corporations out there that would benefit from having Hotbox like under their tree.
So who we talking about? Give us one, because then we'll fucking tag the fuck out of it.
Yeah, I don't know.
We're gonna
I've
put
got
them
to
on
keep
right
it
now.
low key right
Okay,
now,
okay,
just,
okay.
just because I don't want my competitors going after them
Oh,
too.
facts.
But like good ones, we can talk
Yeah.
like, off the record. Like
Yeah.
definitely good ones for sure. You can just think about it on your own. You would know,
yeah,
to be honest,
yeah.
too.
I
You
had
know?
some. I had some in my head.
You
but-
know, so like big corporations like that, like let's say that are like we're going like this, but now they're kind of going like this. They would benefit from having
They need
Hotbox.
something like trendy.
100%. You
Yeah.
know, like and Hotbox could be, you know, like 50 stores across Canada.
You
if it
can,
was,
you
easily,
can
you know,
franchise this
easily.
shit and
Yeah,
just
yeah.
fucking.
People message me every day, like, because being at Young and Dundas, I met so many international people before COVID, of course.
Yeah.
And like I kept in touch with them because like I would be behind the counter and we'd be talking like this.
Yeah.
You know, they'd be like, I like this guy. You know,
Yeah,
like,
he's cool. Yeah,
he's
yeah.
cool. He owns the shop. He's here. You know, he's put in the work and stuff. So we'd have like I'd have all these people on Instagram. You know, London, Dubai, like Italy, like everywhere. You know, Spain, like literally all over the world. And they always message me like every couple of months or so. They're like, when are you opening a store here in Spain? When are you opening a store in Dubai? You know.
Yeah.
You know, keep six solid.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes.
he went to Silverthorne and like we know each other through Instagram, really good guy. And he was like, yo, I'm in Dubai right now and like your store needs to be here, bro. Like,
Yeah,
I was
there
just
would
about
need
to
to
say
be
that
crazy
oil money. Like
damage
those
there,
guys would be coming in here
yeah.
and just buying a whole wall.
100%.
And they probably buy it just to put it in their house.
Right?
Like, you know what I mean?
You know, like that's what I'm saying about like I don't know if that might be above my ceiling a little bit.
Yeah.
Because like,
It's where you may need that partnership to come
that's where
in.
you kind of need the partnership to kind of like go. But for now, I'm just focusing on like Southern Ontario.
Okay.
We have a new store coming soon on Queen Street.
Yes,
I've been
yes,
trying to
yes.
open on Queen Street for years, man. Like
Uh-huh.
since the very beginning. I tried to buy a building on there, like
Damn.
doing the most things, bro. But I kind of got a good deal now, so we're gonna
Perfect
go on there for
timing.
now.
It's fitting though.
Yeah.
It's so fitting for the brand.
For
I feel
sure,
like you
bro.
need to be there.
We're gonna be on the strip where all the sneaker stores are. So it's like Groovy, Little Burgundy, Foot Locker, and
Yeah.
then Hotbox.
That's sick.
Yeah, right beside
Fire.
Black Market Vintage as well, and we have Vintage, so it should be cool.
Where'd the name come from? Curious.
Okay, so the
Because
name is
Hotbox, I think of just smoking Kush. Like I'm
Right?
just gonna hotbox the whip. You
but
know?
like Hop has an X first of all, which is unreal. Like anything with an X is good, but it also is just one of those names where it's like you don't really know what it is.
Yeah.
You know, you have to be like,
Yeah.
yo, what is that? The other day I have like a Hotbox logo on my car, and I was like driving home on King Street, and this chick like runs up to the car. She's like, hey, like my friend's too scared to ask, but like I was wondering if like you have any weed.
yeah,
You know? And I'm
Just
like,
chopping it out of the whip.
I'm like, no. She's like, oh, I'm just wondering because it says Hotbox on your car and stuff. I'm like, nah, we sell sneakers,
Yeah,
but
you're like,
come
"Babe,
by.
check the
And she's like,
kicks."
oh, I like shoes. You know, I'm like, yeah, come by anytime. You know.
So it's like a conversation starter at the
Yeah,
same
yeah.
time.
But the way it started was I have a really good friend, Kyle Park.
Okay.
You know Kyle
Yeah, I
Park,
know
right?
Kyle, yeah.
Such a beauty,
Yeah,
man. Like literally
fucking-
the most
he's
creative.
a beautician, that
bro,
guy.
the most creative guy I've ever met
Yeah.
in my life, bro.
No, he's got creative juices. I remember that guy. He
Dude,
was
man,
going crazy.
like before I opened Hotbox, him and I were just like hanging out. Before I opened Hotbox, I wanted to open a dispensary.
Okay.
You know, like you remember when it was a gray area? and stuff?
100%.
I
Like
had
the
a-
cafe was going
Yeah,
hard and
yeah.
shit.
You know, I
yeah.
had a close friend who had one, and like he
He was
wanted to
making
partner.
50K a day, probably.
Dude, it was nuts,
Yeah.
right? And like it was a very gray area.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I'm down to invest with you, like whatever, you know, like my dad's not here, he's not gonna be upset, so
You
like
can't
whatever,
blast me
right?
now, yeah.
So last minute I didn't end up doing it because I was like, yo, honestly, if my dad was here,
You had like a gut feeling.
he'd kick the shit
He'd
out
beat
of
the
me.
shit
you
out of
know?
you, beat the
He'd
shit
just
out of
beat
you.
the
He's
hell
looking
out of
down
me.
on me right now, beating the shit out of me.
You know,
yeah.
I'm like, I'm gonna do this and just sleep at night, you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
So one day, I took Kyle to not Shops at Aurora. I took Kyle to Emerald Park because he lives in that area, and I took him into the unit for some reason. The door was open. That's this freaking tiny ass unit.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
Like, if I tell you how small this unit is, you wouldn't believe it.
yeah.
I think it was
crazy.
maybe 65 or like 80 square feet, bro.
That's like a fucking bathroom.
Bro, it's literally a square.
Yeah.
So we're sitting in there, and he's like, I can tell he has a thinking cap on, right? He's just like looking around. He's like, and we weren't talking about names. He's like, you should call it Hotbox, because the place was so small.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I looked at him. I'm like, oh my god, that's the best name ever.
That's it.
Yeah.
What the hell? He's like, are you sure? I just kind of just blurted it out. Like, are you sure? I'm like, we're going to your house right now. I have the logo in my head. He does graphic design.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, we're making the logo right now. And right away, I don't know why. I used to play for Von Kings.
Yeah.
You know,
Hockey,
like hockey, Von
yeah, yeah.
Kings. And like we had the Lakers logo and the Kings
Yep.
logo. It has the lines and stuff.
Yeah.
And I wanted to incorporate that and just make it the exact same. So we did that, and I threw in the Japanese writing at the bottom because
Love that touch.
Japanese people started streetwear. So I was like, you got to pay homage to them, and like, you know.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm sure they'd fucking love that too when
yeah,
they
yeah.
see
It's
that.
honestly funny because we were so ripped. Like we put Hotbox up. We were like, okay, we're gonna put Hotbox in Japanese under it, and like we misspelt it for like 2 years. It was like every Japanese person coming in the store is like, you know, it's like missing an X, right? And I'm like, yeah, we know and stuff. So like at the beginning of COVID, we changed it to Hotbox Sneakers. And
Okay.
now the logo on the bottom says Sneakers. So it's
Okay.
it's a little bit different. Like if you see over there, that's the old one. And like the
Okay,
new
yeah,
one,
yeah,
the new
yeah,
one
yeah.
is
Oh,
like,
okay.
the new one is like this.
On the
Yeah.
shorts, yeah.
Yeah, you know, so it's a
Little
little
quick little rebrand.
Yeah,
It's
just a
okay.
quick little
I
thing,
fuck
you
with
know?
the name though.
Yeah, super, man. And like one of the things that I feel like is so important is like, you know, those people that like they create their own name. You know, it's like they're like, oh, I made the best name ever. You know,
Yeah.
it's like you can't really, you know, you don't know if you've made the
Yeah,
best name
yeah.
because you made it yourself. You know?
It's true. It's true.
But when someone else gives you like an option for a name, and then you're like, oh, I like that one a lot, then you know it's gonna work out. You know,
yeah,
it's
you got
not
that like second opinion on
exactly,
it. Yeah.
exactly. It's not like you're just like cooking it up yourself. You
I
know,
want to ask you how you tried to market it at the beginning,
Yeah.
like what you were doing for marketing. I know you
Yeah,
said
yeah.
you had some athletes come by, some of
Yeah,
your
yeah,
boys
yeah,
and
yeah.
shit. But other than that, like what were you doing?
I had a few strategies actually. So initially I was just like literally just posting on Instagram, this and that. And like, I was like doing, I made up these giveaways, and like no one else did these giveaways at the time. So I'd make a poster and I'd put like a really hyped shoe that everyone wants. At the time, like Yeezys were super hot.
Yeah.
Like they were like the hottest thing ever in 2017. So I remember the first one we did was Yeezy Zebras. And so it was like the instructions on it was like the classic giveaway, you know, but like no one was really doing that at the time.
Okay.
It was like, you know, follow this account, like this post, and share this post. And then you get a chance to win the shoes, you know. And we're genuinely giving away the shoes to people too, because like 99% of Instagram giveaways are all
They're
fake.
They're
you
fake.
know?
They're not giving shit.
No,
yeah.
but for us, we're actually
Really?
giving it.
Yeah.
Not 99% of them are all
you never
fake.
know who the
I've
fuck
been
gets
getting
them.
fooled, bro.
Yeah, no,
This guy's just entering the
100%,
raffles
bro.
over here. He's like
100%.
waiting. I'm like,
Dude, yeah.
Okay.
Like our new
Fuck.
giveaways that we're doing, we're gonna post one tomorrow. It's not even gonna give away, but our 5-year anniversary is coming up next week.
Okay.
So we're doing a sale, and like to promote the poster, we're gonna make people, whoever shares it gets $10 off their purchase.
Yeah.
So it's like more straightforward, and it's like
Yeah.
less scammy, you know.
that's
like,
blessed though too.
Yeah,
Just to share it. Fuck.
100%.
I'm curious. Do you guys have like okay, well, 2 questions. First of all, I know in the corner you got like the shoe game. That was like popping for a while. No, that was.
I
like,
remember
people
seeing
coming in and
lineups
it's like,
at the place.
Super, man.
It was
like,
fucked.
It's still super popping, you know.
We're gonna
Ours
add
is-
a shot of that after.
yeah,
but
ours is $1.
oh, okay, that's what we
Oh,
talked about on the
okay.
way here. I think I was
Bro,
talking
some
with you
kids
about. It.
win like $2,000 shoes with $2.
I thought it was more
yeah,
to
that's
play.
fucked. That's
no,
crazy.
it used to be $5, but we changed it to $1.
Damn.
More volume, you know.
Yeah.
So that's still popping though. People are still
Yeah,
running
people
that.
are playing, but like I remember when I first like started the store, I had to come to the store with a fanny pack of 5s because it was $5 per,
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
people would be coming like I need 20 change 5, and I'm
Yeah.
like
They're just
the whole
whipping
time.
cash in there.
yeah.
This guy's like a convenience store.
Okay,
bro. She's
but
got
then-
the
but I'm
she's got the
curious.
change on deck.
I'm not too obviously too into the scene, but I know there's like this one guy. I think his name's like JJ or something. There's like this like one Asian dude.
Oh,
who, like,
handsome JJ.
Yes.
Handsome JJ.
Yes, bro.
Who the fuck is that?
I can't
Thank
believe you
you.
know about this.
Dude, okay, because like there was
You
a
know.
time, there was a time where I was like lining up for sneakers, so
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I
yeah,
kind of
true.
know. I don't have him anymore.
He's a beauty, bro.
But that guy, bro, there's like this one Asian dude. It's like little, like dude, the guy's built like a fridge, but like he's a beauty.
He's not really too handsome, I'll be
No,
honest.
yeah,
but
but
his
he's built like a
Instagram name
fridge.
is handsome, and he just loves it and just
But bro,
rolls with it, you know.
every time I'd pull up to like line up for shoes,
Yeah.
he's like,
Cashing people out.
bro,
Yeah.
he would pull up like
What do you
right
mean?
before the doors would open.
Yeah.
He wouldn't even be in the line. He right before the doors would open. And I don't know how the fuck he'd get to the front of the line, but he'd be the first guy and he'd walk out with like 20 pairs. And I'm like, bro.
Nah, because what he would do is he would stand at the front, and when people walked out, he would be like offering them low market value. So like, let's say the shoe is selling for $500, he'd be offering them like $350. You know, and like right on the spot, people just got the shoe like, sure, you know,
Yeah, may as well make
$100
money.
and
Yeah,
stuff. You know,
yeah.
it's easy, kind of similar to Hotbox, to be honest with you.
Okay.
So
okay.
that's what he was doing. I haven't talked to him in a while, but
I was saying, would he ever come by the stores? Like,
like all the time. He's selling us stuff. He's like a friend of mine. You know, he's
Yeah.
a cool guy and stuff. But I think he either went back to China or like something happened with him. Like I know he lost like a bunch of his inventory. Like someone like broke into like his like storage unit or
storage
something
unit?
like that.
Fuck.
So
That's
like
fucked.
yeah, he was kind of down for
okay,
a
but
while.
outside of
like,
that guy, like, do you have like someone who's just like your top customer? Like, is
top customer.
someone we could fucking shout out or something? Like,
Oh my god, I don't really know, to be honest with you. Like that's the one thing that I love about Hotbox is like we don't rely on like, you know,
One
one
or
group
two.
of people, you
Yeah.
know, like our return rate's only 11%. So like it's
Wow.
like we're getting new customers every day, you
Yeah.
know, like
Yeah.
people are coming in and out of here, and like they're telling friends and their friends are coming. So
well, yeah, because you walk
I would
in
say
here
like
and,
one of my biggest supporters would definitely be my friend Connor Brown. He helped me out a lot at the beginning.
Uh-huh.
And like he brought like Austin Matthews, even Mitch
Sick.
Marner still comes to the store, and
Yeah.
like he's the one who hooked up all that stuff. Every time he lives in Mississauga, so every time he's home from hockey and stuff like that, he'll come by the store and like spend money and stuff. And like I don't ask him to do that, you know, and like he doesn't like love this stuff, but like he likes it, you know.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
he's coming to support.
Well,
Definitely shout out to
now,
Brownie.
now they got the fucking fit pics walking in the stadium and shit.
yeah,
So you
yeah,
guys are
yeah,
like, they
yeah,
gotta
yeah.
get more fresh.
Trust
you know?
me, brother.
This guy
Fuck
set it
the
up.
suits. They gotta
This
be
guy
all
set it up.
supremed out.
Things are changing,
Yeah.
bro.
Yes.
Things are changing for the
How's
white
it,
boys.
how's it been to? I want to ask you this because like I don't really talk to too many people that work with malls.
Yeah.
I want to know how it is working with the malls.
It's really funny you say that. So with Oxford, I have nothing but good things to
And
say
Oxford,
about them.
what malls does Oxford cover?
So
For anyone
Oxford,
watching,
Oxford covers Upper Canada location, Square One, obviously. They own Yorkdale.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're Eden Center, right?
Eden Center
No,
is
it's
Cadillac Fairview.
Yeah.
So what happened was right before the beginning of COVID, Cadillac Fairview reached out to me. And I've never been so excited in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I remember my girlfriend at the time, I was just like talking to her. I'm like, yo, like, I'm so excited. Like, I can't believe they reached out to me. They sent me this email. They're like, yo, we love your business. We love what you're doing. We've been watching you for a long time. Like, we want to like partner with you and like, you know, like grow your business through our malls. And I'm like,
Wow.
okay. So I set up an appointment with them, right? And so I had an in-person appointment with 2 of the representatives, and it was a great meeting. And they're basically asking me to open in Sherway, shops at Don Mills, Markville, and Fairview. And I was like, okay, like slow down and stuff. You know, like,
take it easy.
you know, I'm like, I'm paying my most expensive lease right now is $1,500.
Yeah.
So like, you know, like we're low risk, high reward kind of thing right now. And they're like, you know, like you're gonna spend more, but you're gonna make more. And I was like, okay, like, you know, like let's start with Sherway. I grew up in Etobicoke, so Sherway was my mall. Like, you know, I'd go there 24/7, and like I know everywhere, like all the people around there. So I wanted to Sherway to be like our first venture with them. And we were gonna take this EB Games unit. I don't know if you're familiar where that was in the mall, but it's like a little cube, and like you go inside and it's like literally 1980s inside there, you know? So I was like, I would have to put money in this and
Renovate
that.
everything.
I was down though, you know, they give me a good price too. And they're offering me short-term leases. So
Okay.
Which is important. Yeah.
yeah. So how it works with these malls is there's 2 types of leases. A long-term lease where they charge you like literally the price per square foot plus all the TMI, all the marketing fees, like all like everything. You know, it's like a whole bunch of
Because you're just part of the mall at that point. Everything they're doing.
Yeah, and it's literally like for here it's like what, like $250 per square foot.
Wow.
So it's like expensive, right?
Yeah.
And when they give you the short term, they don't go off of that. They're just plugging you into a place before someone else comes in and gets the long term.
And does the full. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like they get some money is better than nothing. You know what I'm saying? So they offered me short term lease. It was like good price or whatever. And COVID hit. So then I was like, shit, like I can't do this, obviously.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like everything's closed now. Like I don't know what's gonna happen. So we kind of put that on the back burner, and then we reopened all the stores in like June or July of 2020, or I think June or 2020 when the reopening, and like we everything was kind of back to normal. Like Promenade, we had like a lineup out the door from all the way from our mall to like the end of where Jollibee was. It was like, bro, it was social distancing 6 feet, but it was still like so many people. And so one night, I forget, I was talking to one of my suppliers, and he's like, yeah, like these are all brand new brands I can get. And I'm like, sick. Like, you know, we weren't really buying them at the time. So, because like basically like 99% of our inventory is what people bring to us.
Yeah.
You know, we don't really deal with like suppliers or
That's
like
what I was gonna ask you too. Like,
wholesalers
do you
and
do
stuff.
any of that? Like,
I wasn't at before, but now like there's a few people, like my boy in Miami, like he hooks it up and stuff.
That's
and
just
like,
because you need more inventory for the stores.
yeah, like you know, he gives me fair price, so it makes more sense. And now we're in the malls, so it kind of made me rehash the Sherway thing. And I was like, you know, I'm gonna do the Sherway thing for sure because I can get these brands and this and that. So I reached out to Sherway the next day and like got the ball rolling, and they offered me a unit beside the EB Games, which was 3 times the size for the same price. So
and that was short term again.
Short term again,
Nice.
And it was a big store. I don't know if you remember Sherway.
I think I do.
It's like long and like not even skinny, but like long and like pretty chunky.
I'm pretty sure.
And we had one big shoe wall on the left, and then
Yeah,
one.
I remember that. You guys took that like that fucking famous pic. It
Yeah,
was
with
like
the
with the Hotbox.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was my idea, but Jay put it together. He's the creative guy, you know.
Okay.
He's like the artist and stuff. So yeah, we like, I don't know if you saw it, but there was like basically like a cutout of Hotbox with just the shoes.
Unreal.
So like all of these were on
Yeah,
there.
yeah, I see
But we
this.
only put the shoes in an orientation where it would like show
Spell it
Hotbox.
out, yeah.
Spell it out, because that's how big the shoe wall was. Like literally huge. And so the first week there, we like absolutely crushed it. Like we did like, I don't know, like 6 figures in the first week, bro. Right. So I called the lady
I'm in the wrong
back.
business.
Great. I
Damn,
called the lady
son.
back, and I'm like, yeah, like I'm ready to take Fairview. You know, I'm gonna just move Promenade to Fairview. Like, and now I understand. Like, this is sick, right? She's like, oh, like I actually have bad news. I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, we're gonna have to terminate your lease. I'm like, what are you talking? I'm like, you're obviously
It's the opposite here.
Yeah, I'm like, you're joking, obviously, right? I'll never forget this call for the rest of my life. And she's like, no, like I'm serious. Like she's talking to me like a robot. Yeah, this lady's devil.
Like, oh, this is because we need to do like.
Not even like, she's like, yeah, I'm sending you the paperwork. Sorry, you're just gonna have to sign it and like send it back, kind of thing. I'm like,
I'm just like no tone.
yeah. I'm like, okay. I'm like, I'm gonna hire litigation lawyers and I'm gonna sue you and Cadillac Fairview, because not only did I build this territory up, you know, I spent money on this spot.
Yeah.
You know, like this is not like some like little operation.
Yeah.
I basically moved my because Aura was our heart. You know,
Yeah.
the downtown store was the heart, but then it kind of like transferred to Sherway because they're both in Toronto.
Yeah.
So to make a long story short, I was like making a lot of phone calls that day. I called one of the board members. I forget his name, but I called one of the board members, and I told him what was going on. And he was like in disbelief. He's like, this can't be happening. And
But
like,
what was
our
the
company.
reasoning? Like, what?
So what she said was, one of your competitors offered us a bully offer to kick you out of the mall.
There's no loyalty in this game.
Damn,
Ain't
bruh.
no loyalty in this
Yeah.
game.
Are we talking like Plus, those guys?
I'm not gonna drop names
Okay.
and stuff, but like,
But you
talking about Plus though?
yeah,
You-
we
we talking about Plus though? You mother. I only know because I think they're in the
the
mall.
store
and
is
then-
not self-made. Let's
Yeah.
put it that way. The store is not self-made. They got their daddy's money, so
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
it's a
You
different concept.
mother-
But anyways, so like I don't even care. There's no animosity and stuff. Like one thing my dad also told me when I was growing up was like, you know, business is a gamble. You know, like there's no guaranteed when you
Yeah.
open a
It's
business.
facts. Yeah.
You're not owed anything.
Mhm.
You know, tomorrow your business can shut down. Like I don't know if you know too much about my backstory, but my dad was like a super like serial entrepreneur growing up, and he had a super successful business. I'm not gonna get into the names and stuff, but he had like 100 locations across Canada.
Wow.
Oh shit.
And he was growing so fast that he found himself, you know, not even be able to like kind of control it.
Yeah, keep up
and he
with
lost
it. Yeah.
everything.
Wow.
You know, like literally
Damn.
lost everything. We went
Yeah.
from all the way up here to like down here, like homeless, bro, basically.
Wow.
When my mom and I, we moved into my nonna's house. My dad was like living in and out of warehouses. So like it was like very like
Shit.
I saw literally I felt like what it was like to be at the top. You know, like we could go eat Harbor 60 every week, like every other day.
Yeah.
And then I felt like it was to be at the absolute bottom.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the thing that like made me learn and like understand, like, you know, like business is a lot of ups and downs.
Facts.
So
yeah.
and like that's where I was kind of feeling down, but I knew like, you know, the future I'll be able to push through it. And so like I got on the phone call with like the guy and I told him like, you know, what's going on and stuff, and he's like, I'm gonna fix this. And then the lady calls me back a few days later. She's like, yeah, like I'm sorry I called you, like we're not gonna terminate you and stuff. They're just kind of mitigate their liability. So I was like, okay, I want a 5-year lease today.
Yeah.
You know. And she's like, oh, like we'll get it to you, don't worry, like you just have to see your sales and like how things go and stuff. I'm like, okay. I'm like, that's fine. At the end of the month I'll give you my sales. And they're like, no, like after a few months. I'm like, okay. Literally 20 days later we have to shut down for 3 months.
Oh my. Okay.
Because
COVID.
of
Yeah,
COVID. We opened on October 31st, November 20 something. We had to shut down for 3 months, and then we open
Damn.
again for like maybe 35 days, another 3 months closure.
Yeah.
And when I signed the deal with them, I was the one who took all the risk.
Yeah.
There was no clause saying that if we get shut down, that we have to stop paying rent.
So you have to keep
So
going.
every month I'm paying rent to these people, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Rent,
we
rent,
know
rent.
that. We know that vibe.
Trust
yeah,
me, you
yeah.
know.
We know
So
that.
and like they could have easily included that clause. You know, I have it in all my other ones now, but
Yeah.
like it was just nuts, man. And I kind of knew what was going on. I remember I had a few bad dreams, like waking up being like, this lady is not going to give me the 5-year lease.
This guy's having nightmares about the broad.
Literally, bro. Like this is
Talking like a robot.
PTSD and stuff.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I went into deep depression from this stuff. Like
Bro.
no cap.
Well, I mean, you
And
put
like-
in that much work, and then a simple phone call like that.
Yeah,
with the
you know, I was so like taken back, you know. And so basically I got a good agent by the name of Brandon Gorman, best agent in Toronto, and he hooked it up with Oxford, and he got me into square one. And like, you know, they kind of came for my neck, so now like they kind of came for my head, so now I'm going for their necks kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
You know,
go.
gotta
Well,
open in
Yorkdale, nothing with
Yorkdale's coming soon.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna
Yeah.
say, bro.
I was
We
gonna say
gotta
it's
see you
expensive
in
as
York.
fuck. No?
Yorkdale's coming soon.
Yorkdale's just
brother.
like, I feel like if you're in Yorkdale Mall, for like our American listeners, Yorkdale is just like the fucking best mall in Canada.
It's
like,
the
there's-
best
there's-
mall in Canada.
There's literally
man.
nothing
it's the
else
best
you can
mall
s-
in like North America.
Yeah, yeah, I
almost,
think it's
bro.
North
Like,
America,
North
they're saying,
America,
yeah.
like,
It is.
best
It
mall.
honestly is. So like I was gonna say, we need
Yeah.
you there, bro.
100%.
Probably a different
I'll
financial
trade your way
situation
for
there.
Yorkdale any
Yeah?
day, you know. So
Sure.
you know, I'll do that. But
And your demographic is there too.
yeah, 100%.
I mean,
and like,
your demographic is huge, but
yeah, we have a lot of like, we have a good following.
yeah.
We have a good following. We have
Yeah,
loyal
yeah.
customers. People message us every day like, we need you in Yorkdale. We need you in Yorkdale. We need you in
Yeah.
Yorkdale. So we'll see how
We'll
it
get
goes.
the fucking petition started.
Yeah.
I gotta
Link is
ask you. I
vile.
gotta ask you, what's the biggest thing you learned from being in this business, like for this long? Because this is such a niche industry, bro. Like, you know, you don't see many businesses succeed in this industry, and you
Yeah.
don't see many come out in this
Yeah, you
industry,
don't see,
or
like,
they just
big-
shut down the next day. Like,
100%.
so what have you learned? Like, what's the biggest thing you take from
I've
this?
learned so many things,
Yeah.
man. Like, it's actually crazy. I don't even know where to start. I'd say the first thing is like you can apply this to any business, and I'm sure
Yeah.
you guys know, it's like you have to have a good team.
Yeah.
You know, you're only one person. You can only go so far. You know, it's not even about partners. Like, I guess if you have a partner, it needs to be the right one. But like less chefs in one kitchen is better. You know.
Yeah.
And like being able to kind of control everything as like one person is like probably the best thing that I've had on my
Yeah.
side. You know, instead of having to like go to my partner, like
Yeah.
you know, like do this with that. You know, I can control it myself.
Of course. But that even at the beginning, there was a risk for you. But but it ended up obviously.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Business is a risk.
Yeah.
You know, it's literally gambling. It's the
even like
exact
those 6
same
months
thing
that you were working on your own.
Yeah.
What the fuck did you take from those 6 months?
Oh, so much.
Because like that, because you were grinding, bro. Like, and I saw that too, right?
I would say like I knew I was gonna burn out.
Yeah.
You know, like just you can't just do that every day,
You gotta
24/7.
Yeah,
you know?
7
You
days.
needed some help sooner
That's
or
when I
later.
got Andrew in, and he kind of helped me out and stuff. And then that's when I started to realize, I'm like, hey, like, you know, I can grow this thing. Like,
Yeah.
I remember it wasn't until almost 1 year later I went to a trip to LA, and that was the first Saturday I wasn't in the store since we opened.
Yeah.
And it was like April, like end of April or something like that. And I was like calling him, looking at the cameras every 5
you were
minutes.
tripping, eh?
Like, yo, how's it going there? You know, what's going
Yeah.
on? Why is this there? You know, it's like micromanaging and
Yeah.
shit. But that's probably another thing that I was gonna say is like, I learned now, like, you can't be micromanaging.
You can't, bro.
Yeah.
It's
No,
so
bro.
hard not
Yeah.
to
Like-
because it's your baby, right? This is your baby, and you're like, I gotta make sure everything's blessed, like everything.
But I learned it during COVID.
But
dude.
you'll drive yourself crazy, bro.
Yeah, you'll drive yourself crazy, and like you have to put trust in people, and you have to like, you know, like delegate to people, and like, you know, give them the
course.
right jobs, and
And
like
you got to give them the room to do the job
Yeah,
too, like
yeah.
you know, without micromanaging, because they'll feel
100%.
that micromanagement,
100%. And like
right?
I knocked on wood because like, you know, if I die tomorrow, I still want Hotbox to be booming.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to close down because I'm gone.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And I remember my dad, he was in the middle of starting a new oil business before he passed away. And like 2 weeks before he passed, he's like, yo, you don't come here enough. Like one day something bad's going to happen to me, and then everything's going to go down the toilet.
Wow.
And I was literally looked at him and I was like, man, don't ever say that ever again.
Yeah.
I'm like, let's go get up. We're going for lunch. So we got in the car and we just went, and we just didn't talk about it.
Yeah.
2 weeks later, exactly what he said happened.
Wow, man.
I went to his warehouse. He had like 300K or 200K worth of like inventory and like equipment and stuff. And like, what am I going to do? You know, I'm
Yeah.
21 years old. I'm in this huge warehouse in Brampton, just like literally like going through it. You know, I'm just
Yeah.
like trying to extract all of his sentimental stuff. And like
Yeah.
all of it went down the toilet, bro. Literally,
crazy.
like I even was giving him like some money to help him out with his business and stuff. And like, I don't even care about that, obviously, but like, that's how much in the negative I was, you know.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I lost everything, bro. I had to start
Wow.
from zero, bro. So
And you
yeah.
started by buying some kicks.
yeah, exactly. Honestly, I remember I was like, I'm done with kicks and stuff.
Yeah.
Like da da da. And then like over time, like I was like, okay, I'm gonna sell these shoes. Like I cared less, but then like, I saw like the business opportunity, you know. And then like it brought out my entrepreneurial side, and I was
Yeah.
like, okay, you know, I actually do love sneakers, so I had to get back into it.
I'm curious, like, has like this is kind of fucked, but I'm just gonna you know me, I ask fuck shit.
Go off, bro.
Has anyone ever like tried to come in here and like rob you guys? Like I'm just
Yeah, we
like-
deal with some thefts and stuff, you know. I have a funny theft story actually. You're gonna die.
let's hear it,
You know
let's hear
Vukovic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, so
we need that guy for security.
Yeah,
all
he's
the
a
time.
beauty.
He's
He's a
like
beauty.
fucking taller than
Shut up,
He's a
Bookie,
beauty.
bro.
Shout
Shut
out
up,
Bookie.
you're getting
Yeah.
so jacked, bro. You gotta
yeah,
chill,
he's
bro.
got to chill out a little bit.
You're
He's like
huge.
Hercules.
That guy's huge.
So one day, like these kids like came in and like they stole like maybe 2 or 3 things and ran away when I wasn't at the store.
They just came in, grabbed it, ran.
Yeah, and like
Damn.
the thing that they stole though was like so rare that like no one in Canada had it. It was like this like Bape antisocial collab,
Okay.
and it was like antisocial on the back with like Bape camo.
Wow.
Okay.
You know, it was like a sick piece,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like I knew for a fact no one had it because only the LA store bought it, had it for sale in LA. And when I went to LA, I made a connection with my boy there, and he sent it over to me. And so we had it on the rack, whatever. And like I'm like, okay, let me go on Kijiji and see if it's on here. So I go on Kijiji, and what do I find?
Stop.
I
You
find
gotta
the-
be so stupid.
I find the piece,
Oh
bro.
my God.
Jesus
I
Christ.
find the piece, right? And I pretend like I want to buy it,
Of
right?
course.
So we do a meetup at York Mills and Young at the Shell gas station.
Yep.
I'll never forget it. I call Buki. I'm like, Buki, I need your help. You know, whatever. I'll buy you lunch or something. Just help me with this,
Yeah.
right? So
That's the guy you bring though.
yeah,
Yeah, of
just
course.
one person.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
like
the guy
no,
you
no, there's no harm or anything,
Yeah.
obviously. So I'm like, park my car. The guy's standing in front of the Shell gas station. I'm like, okay, Buki, go get it. And as soon as it's in your hand, I'm gonna walk over and start talking to them. So Buki's like looking at it. I get out of the car. I'm like, where's your boy? Because it wasn't the same guys, right? I'm
Yeah.
like, where's your boy, bro? Where's your boy? And he's like, whoa. I'm like, no, your boy. Where's your boy that stole it, bro? He's like, oh, he's in the car. He's in the car.
This kid just
So he just right away.
Right there, bro. Right
Yeah,
there.
right away.
Jesus
So
Christ. He's
I
in the
walk,
car.
Yeah, I walk up to the car. I don't even go to the car. I take a photo of the license plate first.
Yeah.
I walk up to the driver and the guy. I'm like, yo, what's up, brother? He was like, looks at me like
he
this.
recognized you,
Yeah,
no?
he knew who I was. He looks at me like this. I'm like, get out of the car, get out of the car. I'm like, okay, bro, you have 2 options right now. I'm like, you can go home, get all the stuff you stole from my store, come back here within the next hour, and give it all back, and I'll forget about all this. Or I'm gonna go to the police station. I'm gonna give them the license plate, and they're gonna charge you with like theft under $5,000 or whatever it was, right?
Yeah.
And the guy who's driving had no idea what's going on. It was just like his buddy, right? He's like, bro, you stole this? Like, what's going on? Like, bro, this is my parents' car. Da da da. Start snapping him. Da 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 da. But to make a long story short, he came back, gave the stuff
Gave the
back,
shit back.
and then he was like, what'd he say? He started sending me all these like heartfelt messages, being like, honestly, all the other people were the ones who pressured me to do this. Like, I didn't want to do it. You know, I'm sorry. Like, I used to come to your store. You used to help me out, and like, you're so nice. I'm so sorry. Like, I look up to you, all these things. You know, I'm like, honestly, brother, like, I'm literally have no animosity towards you. Come to the store anytime, bro. Like, I have no animosity. I respect that you came back and like, you know, you fixed us all. Like, whatever. Don't even worry about it. Like, you're a young kid. You know what I mean? Like, we've all been young. You know what I'm saying?
No, for sure, for sure.
So I was like, kind of like,
Gotta call Buki.
yeah, one of my funny stories with like people trying to steal shit, but. You know, like at the end of the day, you got to account for some losses throughout the year.
Course,
you know, like nothing goes like
no,
perfect,
absolutely.
You know, so, yeah.
No, I got a question.
Okay.
I got a question. I remember someone asked me this. They wanted me to ask you.
I'm
gonna get some questions out.
Yeah.
What's the most expensive sneaker you ever sold?
Probably Dior's.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dior's.
And what was that?
It was like 12K.
That's fucked.
Yeah, 12K.
So fucked, bro.
He wore it to his wedding.
I never wore them again.
I mean, like, if
The wedding, fine. The wedding, okay.
Like, I kind of.
You have the money, you might as
Yeah,
well
the
use
money,
it. You know?
I was gonna say. Okay.
You know, whatever. I have a pair too, but I have the low tops. I got it for like maybe 7K.
You know what I
And then
really
wore 'em to
wanted
the
to
club,
ask you?
you motherfucker.
I wore it to the club, yeah.
I remember the first time I came into your store. This is what actually went on through my head.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, I left the store and I'm like, I wonder if this motherfucker goes to the store and just gets ready, like gets changed, gets an outfit on, and goes out like every night.
It's kind of like, it's funny you say that. So what I do is like, I get bored of things fast, like
Of course.
cars, you know, like just I get bored. Like any
Yeah, I know,
material
I know.
things, I get bored
Yeah.
of, bro. So, like, literally when I open the Queen store in the middle of July, I'm putting almost my entire shoe collection in the store.
like your personal one.
My personal, and my entire clothing collection. That's also how I started the store. You know that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, so all those shoes, I only sold like a couple through them. The rest was, when you came into the store, when you first opened, was all size 10. Everything was size 10.
Yeah.
Literally, we
got
didn't have
some fans- we
anything
got some
else
fans
besides
outside.
size
Look,
10.
look, we're showing the kicks. Look. Let's go.
So
Let's
jokes.
go.
But
This
yeah,
guy took
like,
off his kicks, bro. Don't kill me.
so jokes. Once you sign them.
No problem, bro. I'll take him actually. Never mind
That's
signing
so
them.
jokes. But yeah, that was like a good one for show.
Ah, fuck, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
I mean,
it's
like,
insane.
That's why when I came in here, I was like, dude, like I would just come in here. If I was you, I would just like before a night out, I would just come in here, bro, naked.
Yeah, you
and
know?
just start putting shit on.
Just
And just come
recycle.
out of here like
But you can't get
you
high
get
off
bored
your own
of it.
supply and shit.
No,
too
no,
much,
but that's
you
that's
know?
also facts.
Like,
And there's
shit will-
so much.
At the
like,
beginning, bro, like there would be a lot of 9.5s and stuff coming in, and I'd be like, can't need this, can't need this, can't need this, can't
Yeah.
need this. And then I was like, actually, I think my customers need this more than me. You know,
I was gonna
like
say, how many kicks do you have like at home?
not too many
What's your
now.
personal? Yeah,
I probably have like 100 kicks.
This guy said
like,
not too
like-
many.
said not too many.
That's
Probably
not too
that's
many.
not a
and those
lot.
are fucked kicks he's talking
I got
about.
some, like,
he's not
pretty
talking
good
about
ones.
chucks, like you know what I mean?
This is one of my favorite shoes, though. To be honest with you, like
Yeah, the
this
classic.
is one of my favorite shoes.
That's a
The
sexy
classic.
one.
I have this. This is another one that I love. I have this, but I have it brand new at home. So like, I'm gonna wear it eventually.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, at
all my
some
shoes I buy to wear. This
Bro, you
one-
got
this one
everything,
I
though.
want. You need this. I got them coming in soon. You need these. Trust me,
Those
bro.
are crazy.
Travis Scott, Fragment.
Those are unreal.
I'm gonna run out of here right now.
Thing is, you buy these shoes, and they go up. Like
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I remember when I bought my Turtle Doves, which was like the first 350
These are
V1s.
sick,
The first, yeah,
bro.
Yeezys.
You know
yeah,
those,
yeah.
right? I bought them for $900 brand new. I like wore them to Cabana, like, you know, fucked them up.
Savage.
Like,
Savage.
Yeah, can we
My-
talk about how you just wear kicks to like the club and like
Yeah, you're
and you're wearing
fucking-
$1,000
you're
kicks
fucking
to the
asshole.
club?
so I bought the shoes for 900, and my cat peed on them. My mom threw them in the wash. They went through hell and back, and I sold them for 1,600 before I opened the store.
Jesus
Holy
Christ.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
these
yeah.
shoes are like, you know, you think
You
like,
can find
oh,
a buyer. You're saying.
It's
Yeah.
not even that. Like, you think you're wasting money by using them, but if you buy the right shoe, you buy the right car, you know, you're never gonna lose money, bro.
Yeah,
Like
it's
my
true.
car, like I bought it for what, 92K. I can sell it for 120, 130.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
Yeah,
the
cars
same
are going
concept,
up. This is
bro.
fucked right now.
Cars
Yeah.
are going up, but like 911s
Even
in
some
general.
rollies. You got to grab a rollie.
Yeah,
right
exactly. Shout out to Liam. I'm waiting for this. What is it? Starbucks. I told him I need it for 20.
With
He's
the
a-
black and green,
Yeah,
no?
yeah, black and green.
Tough.
He's
tough,
like
tough.
23.
That's
now.
crazy.
We got some questions though.
Yeah, let's do it.
So we got my guy El Cheeto. You know El Cheeto.
Yeah.
You know El Cheeto.
Trap Mart, right?
Yeah.
I don't know him personally, but I see him around.
He's a G, bro.
Buddies with Mickey
We're
and
gonna have
stuff.
him on the. We're gonna have
Sick,
him on the
sick.
pod too. He's asking, where are the size 11 and a half pandas? He needs those.
I got you, brother. Like, I
Yo,
got you.
got
Like,
you,
I
bro.
have size 11 and a half pandas for sure.
I mean, like you can figure it out. If someone
Yeah.
comes here and just wants a pair, I mean, you could source them somehow.
Yeah. We do a little pre-order service where like the customer pays for it up front and we charge a pre-order fee.
Okay.
So like a customer will come in. Let's say that he wants this. Actually,
Okay.
This is not a good one. Let's say he wants this. It's
Yeah.
like pretty basic shoe, but if we're sold out in the size at the time, like we can go get it and then we'd have like charge them like maybe $20.
And then they can come grab it whenever.
Yeah,
it's-
yeah. This
whenever
way we
it's-
have some flexibility when
Oh,
we go
that's
buy the
dope.
shoe. Yeah, so just stuff like that, but like random shoes, like I don't even know, like this one or something, or just random shoes that are like older. We don't really offer that
It'd be
service.
tough,
for.
yeah.
But pandas for sure. Panda like everyone has.
You heard the man.
Yeah.
Get over here.
Yeah, I got you.
We got one from I think Elias. Elia. We'll go with Elia. Ask him about his first co-op students.
My first co-op student was Bruce. Bruce is a legend.
Was it this guy? Is it this guy asking right now?
No, but
Okay.
I don't know. Oh, Elias.
Elias.
Oh, so he was my second co-op student.
Elias, my bad, bro.
Elias is a legend.
Elias, you're a
Elias
fucking
a legend.
legend. See?
Topical legend. I love Elias. Honestly, such a hard worker.
Was he a co-op student?
Yeah, he was a co-op student. Really good hard worker, man.
That's dope.
Like he works with his dad, and he does. His dad owns a bunch of ice cream trucks.
Dope.
Sick business. Sick
Shit.
business. And he just runs the ice cream trucks in the summer
so
for him
I'd
and
be
stuff.
fat as fuck, bro.
Dude, bro,
Jesus
he's a
Christ.
legend.
Yeah,
Shout
come
out
find
Elias
us with
for
the
sure.
trucks, bro. Come find us.
Yeah. Greek guy.
We got at Story of Allen. He's asking, what's the biggest sneaker no? Like when you see and you're like, nah.
Ah, there's so many.
What's like the main one?
The- like the
or maybe
one-
like the swag no. Like maybe it could be a whole thing.
You just can't wear like Adidas and Nike. Man.
That's facts. We know
That's
those.
like
We know
that's the
those.
worst thing.
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
You
I've
know,
done that
like,
way too many
you
times.
can't
No,
wear like
stop doing
Adidas
that.
No, I'm not doing it
shorts
right now.
with
Yo.
Nike things. You know, that's why you got the Hotbox shorts.
See?
You know,
I'm
if you want to wear
mix it
Adidas,
in.
just in the Hotbox socks too.
Jason Binnen put me on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Jason's
blasted me.
Jason's a
Jason's
beauty.
like, bro, if I ever see you wearing like fucking Nike and Adidas together again,
just
like,
a
bro, we can't
cardinal
really
sin.
chill
Can you-
like that.
can you
you
It's
know?
rock
a
like
cardinal
can you
sin.
rock like Gymshark and Nike?
No.
Or is
I
that
don't
still
even
kind
think
of
you should be
fun?
rocking Gymshark in general. But
That's it. We just lost our
Yeah, we
client.
lost a client.
We lost the client.
no, I'm just joking.
He's not joking, guys.
That's their gym wear, though. No.
No, it's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
fine.
That's
You're
for,
talking
that's
about
dope
swag.
for
You're
being in the
talking
gym.
about
Yeah,
swag,
yeah. If you're trying to
Yeah,
like
for sure, bro.
impress a chick or something, I don't know if you're mixing in the Gymshark.
Okay, fair.
But
fair.
for
Has
the
anyone
gym,
ever
for
tried
sure
to
good.
sell you some fake shit?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, all the time, man.
That's
People come
fine.
in here left, right, center trying to sell. We have like a little process in place now where we send it out to like a third party authenticator, and like we
When
kind
you
of
actually send out the piece?
not just
or you take a
photos and
picture,
stuff.
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
and then we also the way we pay out people is by email transfer. So like we have like a little window of opportunity before like we take in the item and before we actually pay it out.
There's like a
So,
time where you can
Like even if
cancel
we
it.
take in their shoe and then we end up it's being fake, we just give it back to them.
Yeah.
You know,
and
so
you're like, what
it's-
the fuck was
yeah.
that?
we've had like maybe a few problems where employees accidentally bought it. We just throw it out. You know, we don't actually
Okay.
we before we put it on the shelf,
Yeah.
we have another screening process.
Damn.
So before we even put it on the shelf, we have to legit check it again.
Okay.
So it's like we've never had any problems with
How
selling.
about
anything.
I know you have this
Sneaker Doctor.
sneaker doctor,
It's a great business. I started in the middle of COVID as well.
clean, restore, repair.
Basically, like you can come to the store, you can drop off your shoes. Everyone needs it, to be honest. You don't have
Yeah.
to be a sneakerhead.
Well, when you're spending like fucking loot on the sneakers,
Even
too.
just random shoes. Like
That's
my boy
facts.
gets his Vans cleaned from us.
For real, eh?
I'm like he wanted to get his Vans cobbled. Do you know what that is?
no.
It's
the
like
fuck
when
is
the
that?
back is like completely done off, and like you add like a new thing on the back.
Oh, we went
I'm
to
like,
the-
bro, this is gonna be like 80 bucks, 100 bucks. Just buy a new pair. He's like, nah, I love my pair and stuff.
Oh, so it's like that.
You know what
it's
I mean?
Like that.
So
yeah,
like
yeah.
people just like they don't even they don't have to be sneakerhead. They just
Yeah.
want to get their shoes cleaned. But I started the business at the beginning of 2020, and it was mostly for like our customers, if that makes sense. Like just like our people
like
who
an
are already-
add-on to it. Yeah,
yeah. I wasn't pushing the business like heavy.
Yeah.
I was just super consumed with Hotbox. But we're opening a flagship store for Sneaker Doctor inside our new flagship store in Hotbox on Queen Street, across from Aritzia,
Lit.
next month. So we're gonna
It's
have
gonna
like
have its own spot in there.
it'll have its own spot in there, and like we're gonna have like a nice sign in the front, so people walking by, well, they're gonna know they can come in and just get their shoes cleaned in 5 business days. So it's like
sick.
same thing as like a dry cleaner.
Yeah, I was gonna
But
say
for your
just drop
shoes.
your shoes off and
Yeah, and then we also offer like customizations and stuff too, which is a huge market right now. It's growing like crazy.
Like customizing
actually.
shoes.
Yeah, bro. Like
Damn.
AF1s fucking with
AF
like the like Louis Vuitton.
nah,
bro.
that was like the entry level, but now it's
Okay.
like a lot of people are on like the vintage vibe. So like
Okay.
they like vintage the shoes. There's like these like markers that they use or like different things that you can like
Make
color
it
it
worn
in.
out a bit.
Yeah, make it look worn out and like old school. There's this guy on Instagram named Chef Huel.
Okay.
You guys got to check him out. His
Yeah.
stuff is like amazing, bro.
Yeah.
Like we try to emulate that. We have like a 1-2 guy that can help out with that. We're definitely looking to hire more people that like doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a hard like market to penetrate for sure.
Fuck,
Yeah.
bro.
My boy Max is on it though.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's on it.
Shout out Max.
Shout out Max. He's gonna make these like Hotbox Air Forces. Have you seen the cactus plant Air Force?
Yes.
Where it
I
says
haven't.
like on the side like
Yeah.
the words and stuff. So he's gonna make a Hotbox one.
Okay.
So it's like Hotbox, and he's already has it all
Okay.
like ready to go and stuff. He's
Well,
a
you
beauty.
have your own branded stuff too, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
You have your own shit.
Yeah.
You sell it too?
Yeah, so we have like a 1-2 t-shirt, like 1-2 shorts and stuff, a couple hoodies and stuff.
I
but
fuck with the shorts. Those are
I
vibe.
appreciate it. I got you right here, by the
I
way.
can't wait.
This one's all for you guys.
I can't wait, bro.
There's a bunch in the socks too.
Fucking guy, bro.
But yeah, we're trying to. When you go in the OVO store
Yeah.
and they have like I like the OVO store.
Yeah.
It's pretty
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah.
Like
I really- yeah.
It's a good setup. I like the way
it's
they
a good
set it up.
setup
Yeah.
and like it's affordable.
Yeah.
It's like I wouldn't say it's fast fashion. It's more like they're kind of their own like style.
Yeah.
But we want to. I want to build Hotbox to have like an OVO vibe where it's like you can come and buy like cargo pants that are Hotbox. You can buy like
Yeah.
sports shorts and
Yeah.
sports pants and
Yeah,
like
it's like a
track
sweatsuit.
suits. Yeah, like in like a few years from now, Hotbox is gonna be like having its own brand in the sense where like you can have a full Hotbox fit. Like literally, I'm always wearing Hotbox stuff.
Yeah.
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 Like today,
Makes
I'm
sense.
wearing a vintage tee, but like for the most part, I'm wearing like a Hotbox tee, Hotbox socks,
Yeah.
Hotbox shorts. I got Hotbox golf towels coming in soon.
Let's go.
So just like little things like that, and I just
So that's next up. You're gonna try and
yeah,
go
that's
harder with that.
Yeah, after I kind of get my location set, like the next 2, that's my next goal basically.
You
Besides
say
sneaker
OVO,
dunking.
I just have to ask. You ever sold anything to Drizzy?
Nah, not to Drizzy, but a lot of the people around him.
Yeah.
A lot of people around him, like
Yeah,
good
yeah.
friends of his, they come in and out of the store. They know.
Drizzy.
He's-
Come on, bro.
Yo, he's viewed our story a few times.
Yeah.
He's
Jeez.
viewed our story.
See, he's checking out
Okay.
the giveaway.
Yeah,
Gonna get free
yeah,
pancakes,
definitely not
eh?
the easy giveaway. Definitely not the easy
Yeah,
giveaway. We're Team
100%.
Drake over here.
Oh,
We're
yeah?
Team Drake for sure. Yeah.
Oh, all day. Come on, bro.
Kanye is cool, but like Team Drake for sure.
Okay, so is it time
Toronto
for the
thing.
question or what? We got
Ask
any
him.
more
Ask
there?
him the
Yeah?
damn question, bro.
All right, listen, bro. We're the MBH podcast. Money
Yeah.
buys happiness. What do you think of the term "money buys happiness"?
So like, I've been through a lot of like ups and downs, and I've got to experience being genuinely happy. And like, when I was my most happy was definitely when I was growing the business, and it wasn't about the money, man. It was about building something that was like successful and something that was like set in stone, and like ultimately trying to make the business fly straight, but at the same time grow,
Mm-hmm.
So I would definitely say like money doesn't buy happiness. Money will buy you, material things that will make you short-term happy, but it's definitely not something that'll make you like long-term happy. And like for those people out there, like I'm sure you guys know, like you're actually making money, like happiness and money are 2 different things kind of, like
Facts.
money is like more associated to like material goods, and like happiness is like more towards like family, friends, like things you build. Like for me personally, like I value building Hotbox to be something like successful,
Yeah.
Something that's set in stone and like flying straight for 10, 20, 30, 100 years, will pass my time.
Yeah.
That's what I care about. Not about like, oh, I want to get rich off Hotbox.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to take this money and, buy a Lambo or something like that. Like, if I buy a Lambo, that's dope. Like, it's fun.
Yeah,
like,
cool.
sick,
Yeah,
fun and stuff. But like, that's not my goal. My goal
Yeah.
is to like have like something successful, bro.
I
So,
feel
yeah.
you.
Yeah.
I think that's important. Like how you make your money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
the way you make it. And so
Yeah,
like
yeah.
And
you're
you even brought that up about the dispensary before as well.
Yeah. 100%.
How you make your money. Yeah.
And like that was something more like, for money and stuff. And
Yeah.
like, that wasn't something that's like,
That you
I'm
got a
prideful,
passion
I
for.
don't give
Yeah,
a shit
yeah.
about that.
And you even said like you want to sleep at night.
Literally,
like, yeah.
bro. Like it's 2 different concepts,
Yeah.
bro. So I definitely say like the way I got into Hotbox was I genuinely did not want to make money when I opened Hotbox. Like I swear to God, I even told my mom like, all I want to do is meet people.
Yeah.
Because you never know that connection you're gonna make, and you never know like when you're ready to learn something new to get your next path. Like literally these vapes.
Yeah.
Luca Di Donato, Adam Zabo, and I, we're going next week. We're gonna go through a walkthrough. We're gonna open a vape store.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? And this all happened because like I'm walking around, like King Street has no vape store.
They don't.
You know?
They
Yeah.
And, like everyone on King Street smokes vape.
It's
Yeah,
facts.
it's
So
true.
King Vape's coming soon.
Let's
Yeah.
go. We got that
King
early.
Vape.
That
That's
early
perfect
juice.
name.
Yeah.
Let's
So
go.
I gotta quit darts then.
You gotta quit darts. You're gonna be
Is
sponsored.
that what you're on right now?
Elf
Let me
Bar.
see this
Here, try
thing, bro.
Elf
Let me
Bar.
see this.
Unreal. Try
Elf
it.
bar.
So it's proper, bro.
Big vape guy, eh?
I quit smoking weed like I told you guys, right?
Yeah.
So this is like kind of like
Well, yeah, because it fucking tastes like fucking ice cream,
there's
bro.
there's
try it.
there's nicotine.
A little bit. 2%.
Let me see- let me see that thing.
I don't
Let me see
smoke
this fucking
cigarettes
thing.
though, so it's like more just to like, you know, the
Yeah,
you know,
it's more,
just,
yeah,
Elf
of course.
bar.
It's more the habit of
strawberry
just.
Yeah,
mango,
yeah.
bro. That's why 7-year-olds fucking smoking.
No, but that thing's good, dude.
you guys got to come by.
Oh shit.
It's gonna be sick.
See, I can
It's got
start
that
vaping
taste.
now.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
I used to vape. I used to have one of those monster vapes that had like fucking. It was a machine, dude.
Yeah.
But that was fucking
like,
weird, bro.
That was like
shit tastes
kind of
good,
like
bro.
back in the
Early.
day
That
or
was
something.
early
Like,
vape
yeah,
days.
I was
early
like,
vape
where you're
days.
like puffing like these clouds.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
just
Those
clouds.
guys like on Instagram, like making those crazy videos with the techno music and stuff, like you know, not
Yeah,
leaving
yeah.
their room and stuff.
Just pure smoke
get out of
everywhere.
my room, mom.
Or you see like the 1998 Honda Civic going down the street.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
just like fucking clouds of smoke around it. I'm like,
That
that
was
guy's
so
vaping
funny.
so
Shout
hard.
out my boy
That guy's
Cheyenne.
vaping.
Yo,
Yeah?
shout out my boy Cheyenne. You just described him. Same car.
I might have seen him.
Yeah, yo,
I might
same
have
car.
seen him.
Like literally. Shout out
That's
Cheyenne.
crazy.
Yo, honestly, bro, it's been a fucking pleasure.
Oh,
dude.
don't even
Yeah,
mention, bro.
man.
Yo,
Thank
thanks
you
for
very
having
much
us,
for coming,
bro. We gotta do
Honestly.
this again.
100%, bro.
You gotta come by neighborhood too. you
Dude,
gotta come see our boys.
1,000,000%, bro. I gotta come by.
Anyone watching, yo, come by any of the Hotboxes. Check them out on IG.
Yes, sir.
Check him out on IG. You're gonna find him easier than Hotbox right now. What's your IG right now? Just
Soly at mine. Solymin.
Solymin.
Yeah. So in high
Solymin.
school, I came up with the word min instead of man. So it'd be like yo min instead of yo man.
I remember mans were saying min though, like
Yeah.
yo, like a min.
Yo min. You know, so like it was just kind of winter ripped. And
We're gonna
shit.
put his IG.
You know.
Find him, hit him up.
Yeah.
Don't come here and steal shit. Don't come here and fucking sell stupid shit. Bring proper shit. He's gonna pay you proper.
Yeah,
Come
yeah.
play the game for $1.
Yeah,
What else?
100%.
What else
And-
we got?
and
here?
if you
Buy
steal
some fucking
something-
And come get your shoes cleaned.
And if you steal something, Bookie's coming.
Bookie-
Because Bookie's doing push-ups right now.
He's doing push-ups right now.
Bookie's like in the air right now doing a handstand. So like you don't
So
want to fuck
funny.
with that.
So
But
funny.
come check out the store. This
Yeah.
shit's got like, yo, he's got like some exclusive shit out here. Like shit you're not gonna
That's a
see anywhere else.
$3,000 stool.
The stool
Yeah,
we have
this
right here
is a rare stool.
is a $3,000
No one
Supreme
has a
stool.
stool.
Yeah, that fucking stool's unreal.
All these
Three-legged,
shoes
though.
are worth more than anything, so it doesn't matter. You come here.
Yeah, what the, bro?
Look at this. Look at this, bro. Are these for sale?
Oh my god! So that bear brick I bought for $700. It goes up every day. I think it's like $7K now.
So we're not gonna buy that right now, but it's for sale. Okay, just come with your money up. You
You
know.
sound like you're doing like a flea market ad, though.
This is
Yeah.
a flea market ad. Okay.
You gotta get the little square.
What do you
around it,
need?
know?
What do you need?
Yeah.
1-800 call
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
No, but honestly, man, I appreciate you. Seriously, it's been a
Unreal,
fucking
like,
pleasure.
Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, no, dude, pleasure. Pleasure. Yeah, here we go. Anyways, I need to get stoned. I haven't smoked all day.
pleasure,
On that
pleasure,
note, Dean.
Let's go.